Hello, Coinfluencers. It's Inspired Eggs here on Twitter at Inspired Eggs. If you've got any questions for me or any comments, you can reach me right over there. So, Inspired Eggs on Twitter, and of course, here you're watching the Coinfluence. So, for today's episode, I'm going to do a quick shout out again back to the folks over at Morning Brew, one of my favorite morning newsletters. Fantastic way to start the day. Lots of interesting stuff there. And Max had this great article this morning because it got my gears going a little bit about the trends that I think are going to be on the horizon for crypto and where some of this is going, particularly when it comes to young people today, right? We know that unlike us older fogies, I'm an older fogey anyway, 49 years old, uh, but very heavily into crypto. I can't say that I'm fully into the crypto culture, but very interested in what crypto's doing and where it's going and its potential for the future. Now, teens today are not only going to be growing up always having been connected, but now they're going to be growing up having always been involved in generally an online gaming of some form, but always as well of hearing in the peripheral around decentralized finance, blockchain, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies, NFTs. And I think it's very, very interesting because this is going to be part of the next generation that is really going to be embracing and then potentially driving the adoption of cryptocurrencies because technically they're very, very savvy. Being able to use a crypto wallet to them will be almost instinctive and intuitive, as opposed to teens today don't know what a rotary dial phone is anymore or how to use it in many cases. So it's a very interesting dynamic. And there's a couple of key things here in the trends that Max pointed out, which I thought were quite interesting. By the way, highly encourage you to go to the Morning Brew and subscribe. They've got a couple of other editions as well. Very, very good content there. And so technically, it's interesting. I mean, today's younger generation in the United States, they are an iPhone generation, an iPhone generation. So that's important for us to think about the implications of that, particularly in crypto as well, because the fact that these guys are an iPhone generation, what's Apple thinking in the background? What's Apple's plans for crypto going to be? We already know what Jack Dorsey's are, right? He's already talked about Bitcoin, about Lightning, about how they're going to be integrating Bitcoin into Square. There's a strategic play there. And Apple Payments certainly is going to be looking at this massive up and coming user base that they have. And how is crypto going to play into their overall strategy? And very interesting that Snapchat is the top social network, followed by TikTok, right? We are already seeing in current crypto users how Twitter is using the tips to be able to monetize content for creators inside that app. How is crypto going to translate into that? And very, very cool, 22% of teens have heard of NFTs, and actually 10% of those who've heard of them have actually purchased one. And this is where I think the massive explosion with teens is going to come from. This ties into my last two episodes around metaverse and what's happening with the metaverse. Because teens and their interest in gaming, if they understand what NFTs are, they're going to be out there buying digital goods all the time. Teens are already have previously had run up mom and dad's credit card and Apple bill when Fortnite first came out. So now this is going to translate into a whole new type of digital content demand that people are willing to pay for. And I mean, I think it's interesting too with entertainment and fashion. Nike is their top team brand for the 11th straight year. Nike, gee, I think it's time to get into some NFTs. I haven't looked up to see if you've got an NFT strategy, but I'm sure that's going to be something coming your way. And Adam Sandler's their favorite celebrity. Adam, you should have some NFTs going out there as well. And Crocs are on the rise. Can we tokenize Croc? Not really sure. But other key thing here about young people today, right, is that this is the Greta generation. This is the generation also that they're very, very vocal. They're very concerned about their carbon footprint. They're very active about the environment. And what also is very in here is racial equality. Well, racial equality is also social economic equality. And everyone today deserves an opportunity. Every person on this planet deserves an opportunity to be financially independent and financially comfortable and be able, it's a human right to be able, with the resources that we have at our disposal today on this planet, it's a human right. And this whole idea of equality, whether it's racial, whether it's financial, whether it is climate equality, all of this is going to be playing in very quickly over the next 3 or 4 years. And it is going to be impacting the crypto space and the blockchain space. So here at the Coinfluence, this is something that we're going to be thinking about, and we're definitely going to be watching. So everyone, have yourself a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow.